Well, welcome team. It's another day and another beautiful opportunity for us to take things to the next level. So yeah, welcome to Next Level JJ. Hope you're doing well. Today we are again heading up to 25,000 feet, and our main goal, hopefully we can achieve it this time because we didn't manage to do it last time, is to be able to get some fuel from a tanker for our lovely F14 Tomcat. But yeah, it's really good to have you. If you haven't seen any of my other streams, you know, I do quite a lot of content, you know, various games and things like that. And one of my goals is actually to learn how to fly an F14 Tomcat end to end. And to do that, we use something called DCS, or Digital Combat Simulator. Now, hopefully for some of you that are watching this, you know DCS well, and a lot of this information you already know. But of course, for those that are interested, haven't played it before, Digital Combat Simulator is basically a real, I would say, hardcore simulator, mostly focused around aviation. And so aviation in the fighter side of things. So you've got jets, we've got helicopters, we've got heavy flying vehicles, stealth vehicles, and so forth and so forth. Really, really in depth. And so if you want to learn how to fly, let's say an F-16, you can do it in DCS, but you'll just have to put in a little bit of work and so forth. Now, before we get into all those nitty-gritties, as always, if you want to learn more about me or my channel, best thing to do is head over to nextleveljj.com. Brilliant. I love the website. I think it's straight to the point. If you want to learn more about my socials, I've got all my links up there. But a key thing that's quite important is my schedule. The reason why, again, some people like certain types of games, and so in this schedule, you'll be able to see what's coming next, when are my streams. Now, all these times are in New Zealand, but when you open up an event, like for instance, you know, clicking on this one here, I do list all the major time zones, so you can actually do that. And on YouTube, until I become an affiliate at Twitch, at least, you can go and actually ring that bell and just basically indicate when you want to be informed about that stream. But anyway, look at this. We've got a Set of Course Evo tomorrow. Really looking forward to that as well. Clear or obscure, depending on your point of view. Rocket League, always a lot of fun, man. If there's something that gets your heart rate up, it's Rocket League. And then I'm going to be doing a Diablo stream on Friday just to continue a bit of experience in the tower. But then every time I do a stream about cars, I talk about the S2000. So I thought, well, why don't I create a little love letter episode to the Honda S2000? So I'll talk about my experiences of the car I own, and then go and drive it in the Set of Course Evo so that you can see me do stuff with it that would be considered heavily illegal in the real world. Now, also from a music perspective, as always, Stream Beats by Harris Heller, they are just wonderful. Head over to Spotify. They should have I have a link for them in the description, so definitely go check them out. Actually, what album did we select for today? Today we are listening to, where is it? The Shingu album, which is yeah, it's got a cool beat to it. Something else, you know. I did a cool Rust stream a couple of days ago, and then we played super chilled music from Stream Beats. And then yesterday for Hades, we took it up a notch, and today we're somewhere in the middle. So there's always something interesting for you there. Now, if you've watched any of my previous streams, you would have seen, you know, the details about what equipment I'm running, what head track software I'm running, and. I'm not going to go into all of that detail today. If you want to learn more about that, feel free to, and I definitely will. When I complete this series, I will film a video that explains my entire journey from complete noob in DCS to hopefully somebody that can start the jet, launch the jet, rendezvous and fill the jet, drop some bombs, do some air-to-air dogfighting, and then land the carrier at sunrise. So once I get to that point, we'll make a beautiful video that explains everything from learning how to use target software to configs to just some mindsets and stuff like that. But what I did want to just quickly touch on is, if you've never heard of DCS, very simply head over to DCS, or digitalcombatsimulator.com. It's free. It's free. Like, seriously, if you've ever had this tickle to want to fly a jet or a helicopter, but experience it in a real simulation side of things, it's free. It's a big one to install, I'm not gonna lie, but it's free. And with it, you get the P-51 Mustang and you get the Frogfoot, you know, two really cool planes, you know, from an old prop plane to a relatively modern jet. But very cool. You'll see here at the top, I wanted to highlight that is free to play program. So there are things that you can trial. So, I mean, this is obviously a Hornet with Blue Angels livery on it, but in there are many of the coolest jets ever that you can trial for 2 weeks. You know, so if you go, well, I just want to go straight into an F16, then just install it, download it. Well, install it, then download the F16, and then give it a go. And by the way, if you're threatened or worried about it being too hard, there are actually settings you can tick that makes it extremely easy to fly. But you would probably enjoy investing a little bit of time into learning it, because that gives you that really good feeling. And what I would say above all else as a recommendation, if you do get a jet, you know, like in my case the F14 Tomcat, head over to chucksguides.com. I've got a link for them in the description as well, I believe. But this will make your life very easy, and it'll also teach you a lot about your favorite jet. You know, for me, reading this guide on the Tomcat is, one, as I always say, extremely beautiful. All these pictures are taken from inside of the actual game, but as you can see, it's got a lot of detail on all things. You know, this is the Rio's cockpit and so forth. But again, you look at that and be like, whoa, that's too much information for me. You don't need all of that until you go, ooh, I really want to do this. And then you go, you open up the side panel, and what we're doing today, of course, is we're doing air-to-air refueling, and they explain it in such beautiful detail. Awesome stuff. Now, while we're here, the reason why I wasn't able to actually achieve this goal in my first stream, that's the first time in my next level JJ career and in many games where I wasn't able to achieve something on my first try. All right. And well, that's the whole point of this channel, is we want to, as a team, take things to the next level, do things that challenge us, do things that scare us, learn from it, then go and look outside and see what in more can we do to improve. But let me zoom in here, ladies and gentlemen. Have a look at this. In a game that is extremely hard technically already to do, as it is hardcore simulation of what fighter pilots experience that train for years and years and years, they say air-to-air refueling is one of the hardest, most hated, and most frustrating tasks in DCS ever of all time. Look at this dude just flipping his desk. If you watch the end of my last stream in DCS, you'll see that obviously I tried to keep my calm, but the failure inside of me was very frustrating. And the problem as well is you're using a high amount of brain function to learn all these things, and so your brain eventually gets exhausted, and so it just means that you just get to a point where you just don't have the mental strength. But I'm committed to this, and what I can say is every time you do this, certain things that you have to consciously think about become subconscious, and so you get more space to think about more important things. And so hopefully today we can do it. If we don't, that's okay. Well, dock, I mean plug, technically refuel. If we don't, boo-hoo. Technically in my last stream I did plug, but I think I plugged for like 2 seconds or something like that, so I don't count that. And that's actually the hardest part. Once you've plugged, you then have to remain in perfect formation with that jet or the big tanker, and basically wait till you're fully fueled and then disconnect, and that is extremely hard. So a lot of people in DCS actually shy away from air-to-air refueling. They just skip missions that have it in. I want to have that in my arsenal, and to do that, I'm going to have to do this a lot. Now, as you saw by my stream calendar, I have a lot of other things on my plate. If I had 2-3 weeks just focused on DCS, I'd be way further along. But hey, where's the fun in that? Now, another thing that I did just quickly is to make it easy for myself. Obviously, Chuck's guide is extremely detailed, but what I do is I create a little spreadsheet, and I just basically create the important steps that I need in here. Now, this is a cool album, but man, it's a bit high energy, isn't it? Let's go for the Sus album for now. This is actually quite a beautiful song. Actually, that reminds me, I already added to my like list. So yeah, as you can see, I just summarized the key things that I need to remember as I go through the mission. And so, you know, once we've taken off, we're in range of the tanker, which by the way is a KC-135 MPRS. And if you go, well, what is an MPRS? It's a multi-point refueling system. And so that just means that the actual airplane, which I believe it will be this one here, the one in the back here, it has 2 refueling stations, if we want to call it, 2 drogue baskets, so it can refuel 2 jets at the same time. Now, another thing, again, sorry, I don't want to go into too much detail. I did it all last time. This is why it's so hard. This is a plane flying through smoke. And as you can see, of course, what does a plane wing do? It creates vortices. And I will literally be flying into that vortice with my plane. And so just keeping the plane stable is a very hard thing. And what happens is you start going up and then you go down and you start getting oscillations. But what I found was the worst part is the moment I'm this far from plugging, I start panicking. It's the stupidest human thing. You should just remain calm and just continue what you're doing. But then I start going, oh, I need to go up. So I pull up hard. And we're talking about, like, if I'm pulling this joystick of mine, which is a Thrustmaster T1600M, if you're interested, I literally am pulling it a millimeter. I'm just like literally just putting pressure on it. And that's the movements I need to do. The moment I go slightly more than that, up, down, you miss it. So, hey, we'll give it a go. But yeah, and so these are all the steps that I'll be following as we fly. But I tell you what, without further ado, I think let's just jump into it. Let's get going. We can always, if you want, I've got a chat up, so if you want to actually discuss anything, ask any questions, don't be shy. All right, here we go. Ooh, sheesh, talk about energy. This one's even more. All right, we'll phase that out, and then we will focus on the beautiful sounds of an F-14 Tomcat just chilling on the catapult, ready to go. Cool. So, let me just do that. Excellent. So, where we are at the moment is we are, by the way, if you're wondering what I am running to configure my controls, I used the Target software to do that. Again, it was covered in a previous stream, so if you've got any questions about that, feel free to ask in the chat below. The chat will be on screen, and so you're more than welcome to just throw some questions, and we'll chat it as we go. All right. Okay. So we'll move down to center view, and I've got my heart rate here because I thought it's interesting for you as the viewer to be able to see the emotions, the stress, what I'm going through. So obviously right now I'm at 97, and actually it's going to go up to 101 now. There we go. Obviously when you go live, there's a lot of things happening, but also I just went for the biggest, or not the biggest ever, but like a 22-kilometer mountain bike ride. So I'm still pumped, and I'm just excited about the proposition. There is emotionally in me fear. Like, failing on air is not a good feeling. This goes out to the world, and I want to take on that challenge. I do not want to be scared of failing in front of people, because I think that is a key thing to becoming a better person and taking things to the next level. But that means I don't play this offline. I want to do this in front of you. I could easily have practiced for 6 hours, nailed it, come on here and just go, this is how you do it. That's not the point of this channel. We take normal people like ourselves, and then we show you that it's possible to achieve these goals, even though it's the hardest, most hatest thing in DCS. Okay, and so we're going to immediately take off. What we're going to do is the moment we've cleared the deck, we're going to turn left. We're going to heading of 30 degrees. We're going to climb up to 25,000 feet in altitude, full afterburner, flat out, and then we've set up this mission, and I've created this mission myself, to basically roughly, as we get to where the tanker would be, it's going to be slightly in front of us, throttle down, and then we're going to try and come up behind it from 10 nautical miles in, and then basically once we're under 1 nautical mile, we'll start, enabling things, and then we start focusing on trim. And trust me, this is a slow process. I think when you get very good at this, you'll be able to just come in, boom, 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 click, plug, and then off you go. And that's what fighter jet pilots do. But remember, they have done thousands of hours of flying and thousands of hours of practicing this. It's not something that you just boom, get going. But also, and this is something I really think is important to say, I think when you're in a jet, you can feel slight movements within the airstream and so forth. And the controls are obviously extremely high quality. Not that I'm saying the Thrustmaster T1600M is not good quality. It's just, for instance, my throttle is slightly sticky. I've oiled it in the past. I probably need to oil it again. But the problem is because it's sticky, if I want to move it a millimeter, if I just move it a bit too much, 2 millimeters, I'm going in too fast. If I try to pull throttle out and I just move it 1 millimeter too little, too much, then I'm too slow. And so I can blame the equipment to an extent, but I have to do this with this equipment, and so we will bat on. Okay, enough of that chatter. Shall we kick the tires and light the fires? Yeehaw, let's do it. Alright, so we start by saluting the ground crew. And I've seen this happen before. Sometimes the ground crew, as you start the mission, they are just asleep. Look, I'm like, yo, dude. Also, who are you waiting to? Tires and light the fires. Yeehaw, twat. And so all I then do is I just simply restart the mission and it will be hunky-dory. Cool. Here we go. A little bit of berry, fruity, juicy, cokey stuff, whatever you want to call it. All right, let's try that again. Yep, he's got his stick now, so I salute. He's good to go. Throttle up to mill power. Sit back, relax, and hope it all works. See him lean down, and here we go. Tires and light the fires. Yeehaw! Black out a little bit, that's quite common. And then we'll just come off to the left a little bit. Gear up, flaps up. And then we just try to maintain our climb rate. And then we slowly come around to 3-0. Level out. And then the moment those wheels are up, we give her the boot. There we go. Up we go. So what we'll do is we'll try and maintain 30-degree altitude of climb. There we go, just like that. Excellent. And so yeah, I do use head tracking, but the very cheap, very cheap version. There we go. And then let's have a chat with Jester.
Roger.
Then we might as well, I guess, go beyond visible range.
All right, man.
Go silent. Now, you should actually, if I just look this way and I zoom in, you should see there's a little black spot. Now, I know with the bitrate that I'm running now, you might not see it, but that's actually the tanker right there. Actually, hang on, I do have a mouse, so let me do this. Where the mouse now is, that is where it is. Yeah. And so, basically my mission, my ultimate mission will be, you know, this sort of scramble scenario where we're basically starting the jet quickly, getting off the deck as soon as possible. There's a tanker already en route. We'll be full afterburner till we basically run low on gas. That's roughly where the tanker will be. We'll refuel in air, fully loaded with bombs and air-to-air, and then we will engage, drop bombs, and then once we've dropped our bombs, what's the altitude at the moment? Yeah, okay, so we can start bringing the nose down. Drop the bombs. There'll obviously be some MiGs along the way. And then we'll do, like I said, a sunrise landing. And that means this will be a night mission, which is, you know, I could make things a lot easier for myself. Trust me, I know that refueling at night is crazy hard. I mean, I think you have to use night vision, right? Okay, so we've just hit the 25. That's beautiful. Bring the nose up a little bit. We don't want to be too low. Come on, Jet. There we go. Now, you might, again, not be able to see because of the low bitrate. Please, if you're on Twitch, give us a follow, then I can improve it when I reach a certain level. But yeah, the tanker I can see is pretty much in front of me now, just that spot in the distance. Yeah, we're trying to keep our altitude. Everybody with headphones, just be careful for a second, we're going outside. Strange, it wasn't that full afterburner there, but anyway. I will blame my technology. Okay, so let's have a look at our checklist. So we've done the radio side of things. We will now communicate with the tanker.
Shell 1-1 in field 1. Request rejoin. In field 1, Shell 1-1. Proceed to pre-contact at 25,000 at 290.
Cool. I'll switch my engine air intake my air intake to left side. Reason for that is pretty simple. Basically, if there's some fuel, because the probe we plug in with is on the right side, so if there's fuel that's spills out, the fumes of that is not going to come into the cockpit. So it's now only taking air for the cockpit from the left side. Very smart stuff. We'll deploy the probe when we're a little bit closer. Now again, I could have made this a lot easier. So doing it at sunrise, not easy. I've included crosswinds, I've included clouds, and that's because to do this, we have to do it the way they do it. And so you can't pick a perfect day for these conditions. And so, yeah, we're purposefully making it a little bit harder on ourselves. But hey, that's part of the fun, right? I might have pulled out the throttle a little bit early there. It's so funny, like sometimes you can just come up on this tanker so quickly and then you can't activate your brakes until you're below a certain speed, I found. So I try to not come in too fast, but you got to remember this tanker is also moving at its own decent speed. So yeah. Cool. Mach 1.2. Coming in a bit high now.
We have a friendly. 12 o'clock. 9 miles.
It's a bit hard to see with the blue text because, and that's something I will research and I've got a bit of time, is how to potentially put it on my HUD, because it's so hard to see. It's 7.8 nautical miles now, so my closing rate is quite good at the moment, but it'd be much better just being able to see that on a HUD. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to set our wing sweep into manual. And so basically we're going to keep the wings fully swept back, and that's what Chuck's guide recommends from a situation. Other guides have said that maybe keeping it in full auto so it automatically adjusts. But I think as it adjusts, it changes your lift profile, and if you have a lift profile that's changing, then that can create problems as well. Instability, so maybe that's why they recommend just doing it a sort of locked wing mode. Yeah, so I could have come in a lot faster. I'm most likely not going to make this, because what happens, this plane after a short period of time will break off and turn left. And it's at that point where I'll have to restart. Okay, what's our height at the moment? Yeah, we're pretty much bang on 25. That's beautiful. It's a bit low at the moment, so let's go down on it. Dangerous sentence, I know. And so what's going to be very important here is what's referred to as trimming. And so basically it's a little joystick that I've got on top of my joystick, and that allows me to just make small adjustments, so I don't actually have to hold the joystick for it to fly straight. And that's because depending on your speed, depending on your throttle, depending on so many things, your plane will move up or down, and if there's crosswinds, left or right. And so by clicking these trims in the right direction, you just remove that problem. Okay, so we're taking throttle out entirely. I want to try and settle into about 1 nautical mile, just below it. And I've got brake mapped to my pinky, basically, and so it's quite useful in making sure I don't overspeed. Okay, now you see as throttle comes out, the nose is struggling to keep up. And so now I need to trim the jet to be able to hold that altitude a little bit better. You see how the plane's moving? That wasn't me. That is the turbulence, my friends. And so I think the right thing to do is you don't come up it from behind directly. I think you're supposed to actually... You're supposed to come from below and then move up into position. Okay, so I've completely pulled the throttle. Let's go below it for a second and just get our jet trimmed better. There we go, so it's maintaining 0.4, so now we're going to go...
Ready, pre-contact.
Cool, and we are going to...
Return pre-contact.
deploy our probe. Okay, now you see it's going away, and that's because I've just, while looking down, annoyingly, I've just dropped out of its jet stream, and so it actually makes the jet go slower. I've learned. These are the things you learn. Try to stay in that jet stream. Look, 0.6, she's gone. Yeah, here's our probe, and so that's where we're going to try and get into the back of this plane's basket. Yep, there we go. There's that turbulence again. It does get better as you get closer. It's not this bad all the time, but... But even just this part is so hard, team. Okay, so let's see. Now we're coming in a bit quick, so now I'm throttling out. Pinky on the brake. A bit of turbulence to remind us. Sheesh. And it's trying to get that magic throttle setting. That's the hard part. Okay, I need to do my trimming. I'm struggling to keep the nose up. I shouldn't be... Whoa, you see, that's oscillation. That's not good. All right. Okay, throttle up. And now we try to make small inputs, just to get it to stabilize. See, we're losing the jet. So then we pull it up a little bit. Oh, she's escaping away, so here we go, throttle up again. Yeah, still running away. Now you see, this is the clouds as well as the airplane, the tanker. Oh my goodness, how's that for a crosswind? Get down. Wow. Wasn't so wild last time, but anyway, there we go. We managed to keep that there. Jeez, that's a bit too high. Come down, baby. And I know I need to move to the left, but I'm trying to make such small little adjustments. And I'm trying not to over throttle because all of a sudden I'll start catching up. Okay, that looks like a good setting. Now it's to try and slowly get this jet down because now I'm too high. So here like a weird wind noise. That's me deploying the brake to slow things down. Small movements. I keep doing too hardcore. See? And then I panic.
Just a bit to the right.
I know.
Ready, recontact. Cleared contact.
Just a bit to the right. Little right.
Jeez, even my legs are tensing up. I almost had that. That was so close, but I was too zoomed in at that point, so I couldn't actually see it. So there's a good tip. You need to see the frickin' the thing to plug it.
Just a bit to the right.
Yeah, working out. Oh, bit high.
Little right.
Yeah, working on it. There's no way to turn it off, I found.
Just a bit to the right.
Contact.
Good, you're in.
Contact.
Oh, damn, team. Okay, all right. You know what
Wow,
happened?
that was so close.
Yeah, you know what happened? Oh, it's so annoying. I had the brakes engaged and I didn't disengage them. Oh, man. And I did say in my previous stream what I really want to try and do is I want to try and put the button of my brakes to push to activate, and when I let go, it closes. I just forgot to do it because I have to click it to brake and I have to click it to stop braking. And so that was, hey, but look, we plugged, team. That is really good. That's a good start. What's the heart rate at? Yeah, just chilling at 100. At least our throttle setting is good. Roughly good. See, there I did it again. Damn. Damn. Yeah. Damn. I just kept the brake in too long, man. That's why it screwed me over now. And let's bring it a little bit to the right. I think I've adjusted the throttle down and now it's just... yeah, maybe. Let's see. Yeah, we're catching. Okay, cool.
Return pre-contact.
Ready, pre-contact.
Return pre-contact.
Ready, pre-contact.
Return pre-contact.
I don't understand what that means. And maybe now I won't be able to plug.
Little right.
Because he earlier says ready to ready. So hopefully that doesn't mean now this is not going to work. It's really hard to keep the jet flying straight while you're doing that.
Ready, pre-contact.
Cleared contact.
There we go. You see, that's what we needed. Okay, here we go.
Little right.
Oh no, I did it again!
Just a bit to the right.
I did it again! I held the brake, for sakes, man. And so at that last second, I'm so focused on trying to fly the plane that I just... come on, man. That just shows how hard this is, man. And I mean, your brain can only do so many things at the same time. I think they say that men can't multitask. I'll take a bit more throttle out, see if I can come in a bit slower so I don't have to engage the brakes.
Little right. Just a bit to the right.
Contact.
That's it, the fuel's coming.
All right.
Ah,
I'm a bit
just a bit to the right.
surprised that disconnect, but guys and girls, that was a lot longer there. Oh, a bit too fast, yeah.
Contact. Return free contact.
Abort rejoin.
Use the force, Luke. Little right.
Shell 1-1 in field 1. Request rejoin.
In field 1, shell 1-1.
Ready recontact.
Cleared contact.
Okay. Man, that feels good. That feels good. We're plugging much better now. Like I said, the hard part's maybe not the plugging, it's the actual maintaining speed and flying in formation with this tanker. I think I can might be able to drop the forward momentum throttle just a little bit once I've plugged. Okay, let's get left.
Just a bit to the left.
Yeah, no, I'm working on it.
Little right. Little right.
Do you see how that holding that brake just a second too long? Again, I need to configure that better. Or I just need to be able to get a throttle position. Again, when you buy very expensive equipment, then you'll be able to get that millimeter accuracy. But what I'm finding is my subconscious flying is a lot better now. Being able to just make minor adjustments. I actually should set up a camera and either you can see my joystick or at least see the inputs on screen. Because it's like millimeter left, millimeter right, millimeter back, millimeter forward. Okay, I've taken some throttle out. Hopefully that's not too much. We'll see in a second as it stabilizes.
Just a bit to the left.
Yep. Ooh, ooh.
Little right. Just a bit to the right.
Yeah, so I've taken a lot of throttle out there, as you see now. It's taking a while to get... No, she's escaping us. Let's go one click forward. Hopefully that's enough. I'm so stoked though, guys. We actually took on some fuel there. For an extended period of time. Okay, here we go. A little bit of throttle out.
Just a bit to the right. Little right.
That throttle setting is good.
Little right. Little right.
Oh, a bit aggressive on that movement there. Gotta stabilize it now. Calm down,
Just a bit
calm
to
down.
the right.
I need the most, just a millimeter more power. I'm not catching up to it. Oh, no, I am. Oh, come on, get down.
Just a bit to the right.
Oh, shit. Okay, and reset. Get the jet
Little
flying
right.
level. There we go. Yeah, that was a little naughty move by me.
Just a bit to the right.
I wanted to try and just jam it in there. Very sexualized wording, man. Jeez, look at. Okay. Now the tanker will probably start turning left in a second, but man, we already achieved a beautiful goal. Yo, Whisper, what's cooking, man? Don't read messages while you're trying to refuel. No, I'm kidding. Hang on a minute. What's the Whisper got to say? Oh, and we've got Wyvern Cypher. When you're not in the thick of it, Control Enter pulls up in-game control viewer. If you wanted to show that, ooh, right control and enter. Okay, so right control, enter. Everybody give Wyvern Cypher this massive high five, the legend. All right, so there you go. Now you can see what I'm going through. Okay, all right, let's now. Okay, and then we'll try and stabilize a bit. Brakes off, and let's bring her back in.
Return pre-contact.
I assume then, Mr. Cypher. Oh, now I
Little
have
right.
now to return pre-contact again. Damn.
Ready, pre-contact.
Cleared contact.
Thank you. And then brakes on again. There we go. Alright, where is the basket? There she is. Mr. Cypher, have you done much air-to-air refueling? How about you, Mr. Whisper? Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying Mr. a lot these days. Alright, here we go. It's looking a bit stable. We don't have much time. This tanker's about to turn left. Taking a bit of throttle out.
Just a bit to the right.
You see? And then I panic.
Contact.
And then I keep the brakes in too. Ah, I kept the brakes in again. For God's sake, stop doing that.
Suck 'em dry. Oops.
Yeah, Jester, you know, we have to have a talk, dude. Your jokes are hilarious, but not while people are watching, bro. But very cool. I love the fact that you can see my my movements now. I'll actually like to go and watch this after the fact and see, because I'm trying to be very small. You know, I've already adjusted my target software that it's not so sensitive. But again, it's just practice, right? Practice, practice, practice. Continuously learning small inputs, and it's how to fix a strong movement. I found that's where I'm still needing to spend some time, because I start oscillating quite badly, and of course my braking problem is. Okay, I'm pulling some throttle out. See if that helps.
Little right.
Oh, that throttle was a little bit too much taken out. See, there she goes.
Little right.
Come back, baby! Baby, come back! And I literally, team, I moved my throttle a millimeter.
Little right.
I might actually want to adjust the sensitivity of my throttle. That would be maybe a smart thing to do, so I have a bit more movement capabilities.
Just a bit to the right.
I seriously need to adjust this brake as well. Because I click it, and then I think about it, and then I unclick it, and then it's too much. AKA exactly what has just happened now. Look, the key thing is we plugged. We took on some fuel.
Return pre-contact.
Oh my god, again?
Ready, pre-contact.
Cleared contact.
Well, thanks, buddy. I think it's pretty freaking obvious what I'm trying to do here. Why don't you look in your left mirror and you'll see a dude with sweat coming out of his helmet trying to plug a freaking Tomcat into a basket. All right, here we go. Stay calm.
Just a bit to the right.
Calm down.
Contact. You're taking fuel.
Suck 'em dry.
Oh, oh, oh. Don't panic. Just come up slowly, come up slowly, come up slowly. Come down.
Fuel 11,500.
Okay.
You got this, man. It's a piece of cake.
All right. I tell you what, we didn't fuel up full, but look at that. That is a huge step forward. Are you kidding me? Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Woo. All right. How to destroy a Tomcat. Let's see. So Whisper says, Tomcat is tricky to refuel in. No fly-by-wire, and visibility is limited compared to the Hornet. And I can imagine, has an F-16 got a air-to-air refueling function? Because obviously the F-16 with this beautiful open cockpit, it would be amazing. Hang on, the F-16 fuels right behind its head, basically, its neck, doesn't it? Wyvern Cypher says, been flying the Tomcat for a few years at this point. Never heard the two magic words of transfer complete, but can normally plug eventually. Are you kidding me? Oh, dude. Well, hey, I mean, let me just stop the crazy head movement for a second, shall we? And just lock that down. And put some music on. No, forget that. This is a lot of fun for me, but obviously, you know, what that comment shows is, if for everybody watching, it's not easy to do, of course. And so it's going to just be practice. But the fact that we took that much fuel on is huge. And again, thanks for the tip on being able to show on screen what I'm actually doing. Like I said, that'll help me as well, being able to go and check it afterwards. Whisper said, I tend to always be making small adjustments with the throttle. BC, there isn't really a sweet spot. Yes. So, and that I can imagine. The thing I find is because I've got the Thrustmaster T1600M, it's renowned for becoming sticky, and so I put some oil or particular type of lubricant in it. I recommend it, and it was smooth for a while, but I haven't done it in a while, and so it's going click click instead of just sliding. And so I'm gonna go oil it, but what I'll also do is I will maybe go into target and adjust its sensitivity range within, because I'm basically hovering just below mil power. And so maybe I can expand the mil power band, and then everything after that is normal. And so it just means that in that small range, I can make larger movements to make smaller throttle inputs. But seriously, feedback, how's this? What do you guys think? Do you like the setup, by the way? You know, I'm new to DCS streaming. Obviously you guys know it well, so what do you think? Also, Whisper, I love your icon of your YouTube what do you call it, profile. It's cool. I can see an ace with a red stripe through it over here. Okay, cool. Well, hey, you know what are we gonna do? We're gonna do it again. Oh, this is cool, man. I am so pumped. We took on fuel, man. Next step, doing it at night. But hey, both of you, Cypher and Whisper, I'm keen to grow in this community, and if you want to ever fly with me, we can do a mission together. Because I mean, this is an MPRS, you know, so we could try and refuel at the same time, which I can imagine would be quite hilarious. So yeah, if you're keen, just head over to my Discord. Link should be in the description. Say hi, you know. So, and I'm going to create a little DCS, subgroup where we can go, hey, what time works, and we can do this. And, I want to learn from you guys. I've got a dude in Spain who said, when you're ready, he's happy to fly Rio with me. So, that's another thing that I want to, get to grips with, is how to work with a Rio and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, but I tell you what, just hearing what you said there, Cypher is saying, been flying the Tomcat for a few years at this point and never heard the two magic words, transfer complete. It just shows me how hard it is, because of course, as I've shown to people at the top of the stream, you guys might not have seen it, is of course what Chuck's guide says is air refueling is one of the hardest, most hated and most frustrating tasks in DCS ever, of all time. Like, throw your desk up. So I mean, it must be true, right? It must be true. All right. Okay, so like I said, we'll just try it again. Up to mill power. I should probably get my tanker steps ready to go. Take a sip. Kick the tires and light the fires. Yeehaw! Here we go. America! The game glitched. Hey, Lumpy Potato! How you doing, man? Where in the world is Lumpy Potato? And does Lumpy Potato like the F14 Tomcat? What's going on? I'll tell you what's going on. We just managed to take on some fuel from a tanker at 25,000 feet with an F14 Tomcat. And so, super stoked. It's a massive goal achieved. Now we're just going to do it again. How about you? Did you play DCS? See, and so the dude is just like, nah, you know what? I've made a decision. You are not leaving this tanker. There we go. Give us a sign. Thank you. Light the fires. Yeehaw. Gear up. Flaps up. And then we turn out to 30 degrees. Wait for those wheel doors to shut. And then give her the boot. Lumpy raid. Yeah, man. Go crazy. Haha. Let's put some noise. Careful, everybody with headphones is about to go loud. Gotta get that climb rate right. There we go. No. You stay there. Thank you. Whoa, not too much. All right, so let's engage. Cool. Yo, Jester.
Wilco.
Oh, it's going crazy. I'm being rated on Rumble. Yo, what's up, Rumble people? Go crazy. All right, more loud jet noises, of course. The most beautiful thing at sunrise. Look at that. You want to barbecue some marshmallows? There it is. All right. Cool. What's our altitude? No, we got a bit more to go. Hang on, let's bring her up again. Alright. Beyond visible range.
You got it. Friendly, 055, 25 miles. Angels, 25.
Request rejoin.
Infield 1, Shell 1-1, proceed to pre-contact at 25,000 at 290.
Yeah, we went over a bit. I guess I'm so excited about this raid happening. That's crazy! the experiences we have as humans. There we go. So you guys might not be able to see that because of the low quality stream, but there's our tanker just over there. How are we looking? Let's bring this nose down a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna switch to left engine. Thank you. Bring it down to 25. I might as well switch wing to manual right now. There we go. Hey, people on Rumble, this is awesome, man. Go crazy. If you like jets, give us a like.
Ready, pre-contact.
I'm not ready for contact, but ready now. How cool is that, man? Love to see it, but I will say the F-22 is superior. Lol, I'm also biased as I'm an Air Force vet. Look, I think the F-22 is a very close second, but you know, for me it was the Tomcat, just, you know, growing up, of course. But I mean, if you had to choose between which one you're gonna use, it's obviously the F-22. What a thing. And I mean, it's getting old now and it's still being used so much. It's insane. Hang on. Ah, I was like, where the hell did that tanker go? Where did who go? But also, I mean, an F-16 is hot. And a F-18 is hot. And the ugly A-10, I kind of find it sexy as well, right? Let's hear in the chat, like, everybody type in what your favorite jet is. And it's okay if it's Russian. You know, the MiGs are very beautiful. Alright, so we're 7 nautical miles away. Let's pull throttle down to 0. How's our speed looking? No, we're still cruising a bit too fast, so we're gonna come in hot.
Friendly, 12 o'clock, 6 miles.
A-10 is amazing. Yeah, man. That'll be something that I want to fly in the not too distant future, for sure. And it's so crazy, like, how the military wants to keep it, but the Air Force wants to shelve it. And it's still just such a fantastic thing, especially in close support, right? You know, the fact that it's basically bulletproof is also insane. F-22 is getting some incredible upgrades. Yeah, man. And I mean, let's not forget Fat Amy, you know, the F-35. She's cool too, man. She's cool too. You know, she's like the cheap F-22. You know? There we go. Beautiful. Excellent. So down comes the throttle. That means we can engage a bit of brake action. Let's start trimming our jet. Bring our nose up. Come on, brakes. Do your thing. All right. Probe out.
Ready, pre-contact.
Return pre-contact.
Cool. A7 Corsair. Yeah, that's a good one. Su-27, best looking fighter jet though. Yeah, man. Doesn't Jared Isaacman have an Su-27? Or is it the 29? I'm a bit confused. Oh, we're letting that tanker get away now. I'm thinking the best American plane though is the Mustang. I'm gonna pause right there. One of the most amazing things to do in DCS for me is to cold start at P-51 Mustang. I am with you, man. The Mustang is beautiful. And for those that might not be hardcore jet fanatics that, you know, have a computer but want to try flying a Mustang, seriously, team, let me just show it here. Head over to DCS. All right. You can download this for free, install it for free. It's a chunky monkey to install, but you can do it for free. And then if we go to products, actually, let's just go to planes, actually. And we just go, actually, will probably be P-51, I suspect. Oh no, that's the checklist. Okay, so we'll go planes. Go back a step. No, planes. This is a good idea at the time. Mustang. So it helps if I type in a G. My mic actually obscures my keyboard. All right, there we go. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Then what? Screw you, DCS. No, don't do that now. What the? Pardon my rough language here, team. Control F, Mustang. There we go. Where is she? Where is she? The P51D Mustang. There's the A10, by the way, as well. And so many of these you can actually try for a couple of weeks, so you don't even have to buy it. But remember, the P51 comes standard in the free version of DCS. So go install it. And trust me, if you go, well, how do I actually start the Mustang and how do I fly it? It's got tutorials. It's very easy. You just follow it. I guess the question is, does Chuck's Guides have a P51 Mustang? By the way, if you didn't know, Chuck's Guide is just a fantastic way to get guides. And by the way, if you like helicopters, DCS is not just that. You got some German airplanes, jawohl, and there she is. Yes, so if you want to learn how to fly that Mustang or any of those jets you saw, beautiful guide, a bit of history, and then it can go as complex as you want it to be, right? Just the best. I love Chuck's Guides. All right, okay, let's get back into it, shall we? All right. Hey, that was amazing. That, by the way, was my first time getting rated in any form of online streaming. So that was crazy. It was just stuff going nuts on screen. Okay, now to refocus ourselves. I'm hooked. Going to try this. We'll check out your links. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that, man. That's awesome. And also, as I said, I'm not just a DCS streamer. I do a lot of other stuff. So if you're interested, the time to be the marketing. This is us today. Tomorrow we're racing at the Nürburgring. After that, we're doing Claire Obscure. The day after that, Rocket League. Day after that, we're doing Diablo. And then next Monday, I'm going to be doing a little love letter to a car I used to own with a bit of Assetto Corsa Evo. So come on down. All right. And pause. And there's a startup taxi takeoff tutorial for the Mustang. Yeah. On my channel. Oh, cool, man. Whisper, drop a link into the chat. That'll be great. Now, of course, you're doing it from YouTube there on Rumble. So if you drop the link, are you happy for me to repost it so that everybody across all the chats can see? All right. Okay, so now the jet's getting away from us a little bit. So let's boost. And there's that turbulence, team. So for those who maybe didn't see the guide that I showed earlier, but when you start flying behind a plane, you get turbulence, and that's what makes refueling extremely hard. Anyways, let's get it below it so we don't have that. We also have crosswinds enabled, and there is low level cloud, relatively low level. Probe is extended. She's fighting me. Yeah, but seriously, Whisper, drop in a link and I'll repost it. People can go check that out as well. Jeez. So I'm trying to do two things at the same time.
Return free contact.
Trying to do two things at the same time, not a good idea. All right, there we go. So we're finally into a calm state. Wings are good. That's all good.
Ready, pre-contact.
Cleared contact.
Damn, sorry, I'm now trying to focus on... Actually, you know what, let me just pause. Thanks for that, Whisper. I will drop a link in here. Hey, everybody. So, of course, stick around. Watch me try this. But if you want to learn a bit of stuff about P51 Mustangs and so forth, here's the link across all the channels. Go and check out what Whisper's got. By the way, Whisper, I will, after this, go and check it out as well. Very cool. Nice to meet you. All right, here we go. Nope, no, I have to click on it first and calm down. Breathe and fly. What I'm doing to do now is I'm just trying to trim my jet, just try to get it to fly, look, without me holding the joystick as much as possible. I give it a bit more boost. Seems like she's getting away from us again, but you see now the jet's flying virtually stable without my hand on it. Oh, hang on. I have to do one more thing. I have to remember what the command is. Jeez, that raid was crazy. And so it's control, right control, and enter. Okay, right control, enter. There we go. I should just enable that by default. But for those that don't know, now you can see my, you know, obviously joystick and throttle inputs and things like that. Here we go. All right. Just in case. No. You see how calm it is now? The moment we get to those clouds, you'll see it's going to get a little bit whacked. Okay, let's start coming to the left. Okay, pull out a bit of throttle. I'm going to trim the nose down just a little bit more. She seems to rise on her own sometimes. Ah, you see, but now she comes down. Okay, pull out a bit of throttle. Pull out some more throttle. Here comes the clouds. Okay, that throttle was a bit too much, okay? We'll give it some more. Again, I think I'm going to go spend some time in target and change the curve so that I have to do a lot of adjustment to make minor inputs in throttle. Because I think I moved my maybe not a millimeter, maybe 2 millimeters, and man, look, I've lost it. It's getting away from me.
Just a bit to the right.
Close. Hang on, is she ready to take on...
Just a bit to the right.
Oh, she is. Oh, throttle is too little. Let's bring it up. I thought it was close enough, but I guess I wasn't perfectly coming in straight, so...
Little right.
Contact.
We're in. Thank you, Tanker. We love you.
I just want to fly higher so I can see that engine a little bit better. Oh, throttle's coming up. Come on, throttle up. Bring her up, bring her up, bring her up. Come on. 002.
Fuel 11,000.
Come on. I just want to see that engine. Then I can measure distance. Oh, we disconnected. Oh, it contacted again.
Return free contact. Contact. You're taking fuel.
Yeah, that's all right. How's our fuel looking? Oh,
Stay on target. I had to do that for Star Wars. I had to.
Abort rejoin.
ah, Jester. You're funny. Hell yeah. Are you kidding me? From where we were last time to actually now being able to do that almost immediately? Oh, I'm happy. And let's not rip the wings off this damn thing, shall we? And let's go back into wing sweep auto. And there we go, team. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. We freaking did it. And a massive shout out to, you know, everybody that's joined in for that. You know, some feedback there was awesome. Yeah, appreciate it. That is next level. We have achieved something hard. But of course, now I need to be able to fly information in such a way that I can take on a full tank of gas. All right. That is fantastic. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have such a good day today now. Warning everybody on headphones, we're going external. All right. Nice. How long have you been playing DCS? Oh, I'd say about a month now. Maybe a little bit longer, but very, very sort of sporadically. You know, a few hours here, a few hours there. But now I've started this this series of me, you know, trying to take a Tomcat. So you'll see on my channel, I basically started with just how to start it, then to obviously launch it, then to land it. Now it's obviously we've ticked this box. So the next box is now, well, I haven't ticked the box. I want to do a full refuel. Unfortunately, I have a meeting I have to attend in 15 minutes, so I have to go. But, yeah, so it's not been long enough, put it that way. How about you, man? Oh, hang on, you already said that, wasn't it? Like 2 years, or was that Cypher? I'm just checking through the old chat here. Oh, yeah, it's Cypher. How long have you been playing, Whisper? All right. So let's just shift a... Let's have a quick look here. Trim the jet a little bit. See if I can sneak in a landing. Okay, so a few attempts every time you fly and you'll hear magic words. Nice work. Thanks, man. That is so good to hear from people like you. You know, it's daunting. It's definitely daunting. All right. I tell you what, I'm going to quit. I feel like we want to push our luck and see if I can do a landing. It's been a while since I've done a landing now. So for those who don't know, so basically what you can do in DCS, if you don't know how to play it, you can go to training and you see you get your Frogfoot and your P51 Mustang. These are for free. Obviously, I purchased the F14 and then I got the SU-33 as part of that package. And so what we're going to do is simply go for a case 1 trap. And also, let me just switch here. I've got a nice little checklist for doing landings as well. There we go. I've been playing 4 to 5 years now, I think, maybe a bit longer. Awesome, man. That is so cool. And again, this is not me trying to market stuff. My goal is to, like I said, start at night, launch at night. This is the hard part. Tank at night, do a bombing run, air to air and then land at sunrise. You know, just thinking about air to air at night, that'd be insane, because that for me is like the most hardest thing I can think of doing. And so if you want to come along for the journey, and sometimes we can just go fly, you guys are probably already part of communities, you know, Growling, Sidewinder, whatever, you know, head over to my Discord. I think Whisper, I already saw your message there. I'll create a little group, and then you just say what time you want to fly, and we'll meet up, and, you know, you could teach me some stuff, and, you know, I can learn. Okay, so like I said, I've got about 15 minutes, so we're going to try and land once, but I'll be honest with you, I can't remember many of the things to do, so let's just see here. Okay, and so I need hooks, hook, gears, DLC, flaps, and this is DLC, if I remember correctly on my setup. Okay, let's give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? I can crash, right? As long as the DLC engages. I found that when it doesn't engage, it's the first time I did a stream on trying to land a Tomcat, the DLC wasn't engaging, and so I wasn't even using it. And yeah, my very first landing ever on stream was very bad. Luckily, there were no jets on the deck. But how about yourselves, Cypher and Whisper? Are you guys, you know, do you fly F-14 Tomcat carrier missions? Or do you do bombing runs? What kind of stuff do you do? What's your go-to? I've got a few hours. I'm just going to have a bit of fun in DCS. All right, here we go.
Good afternoon, pilot.
Hello.
Today is day one of carrier quals in the F14B. I hope you studied the briefing diagram prior to the flight.
I did, actually.
H1 is the visual landing procedure in fair weather and is very similar to the FCLP pattern you used previously. Only difference being the size of the landing area and the arresting gear. Your Rio will help you with the checklist. You are lined up on the initial to the boat with your wings swept and the HUD in landing mode. Maintained 800 feet and 350 knots. As in the previous tutorial, a series of gates will help to guide you in the pattern. The carrier will be stationary, but with a strong wind down the deck. If you want, lower the hook for an arrested landing, or keep it raised if you want to make multiple attempts without trapping.
Yeah, right. That's how good people are. They just do multiple attempts. I'm just lucky if I can freaking hit the damn carrier. Right, let's trim the jet a bit. She's a bit nose heavy at the moment. All right, so we did go into bomb sweep, and that's just because, of course, we have to look cool for the carrier as we go by. I will go to auto the moment we pass. And then it's going to be a few things in a row. It's going to be air brake, gears, flaps DLC. Okay, here we go. Go to full auto, air brake, gear.
Okay, here we go. Brake left, extend the speed brake, bank left 45
flaps.
to 60 degrees, and maintain about a 3G turn at 800 feet. Remember, wings to auto at 280 knots, wheels down at 250,
Whoa.
and flaps down at 225
Whoa,
knots.
why are you fighting me? Don't be like
Extend
that.
your DL
Friendly,
and set
11 o'clock,
so that
1
you
mile.
Try to maintain on-speed AOA, the yellow donut on the AOA indicator, or the E-bracket around the reference point in the HUD. Maintain 600 feet.
Yeah, so I can see DLC is not
Landing
engaging, so
checklist.
I think
Wing
I'm
sweep,
a bit too
20 degrees,
fast.
Auto.
By the way,
Wheels,
this audio
3
is
down.
not real. He doesn't
SAS,
actually do the
on,
checks.
Flaps,
Yeah.
pull down. DLC, checked. Hook, down.
Yeah, so my AOA is saying I'm a
Harness,
bit hot at the
lock.
moment, so
Speed brakes.
I'll bring that
Begin your
down.
turn when you see the rundown of the ship. Bank left between 27 and 30 degrees.
Haven't done this in a
Maintain
few weeks, so
on-speed
it's
AOA,
a few
and
things to
descend at
remember.
about 300 feet per minute.
DLC still not
Ideally, you wanna
engaging.
hit
Come on,
450
DLC,
feet
don't
at the
be a
90
dick.
And enter the groove
Sorry for my
at
language, if
360
you're
feet at 3/4 of a
offended.
mile.
Yeah, I'll pull out a bit more throttle. Come on, DLC. Yep, DLC is not engaging. I can see it from behind, in my mirror. Okay, maybe I'm just still a bit too fast. I've pulled out more throttle. I don't know if I want to pull any more out. All right, we're doing this without DLC.
111, Tomcat, ball, 4.1.
Fly the ball.
069
Use
Tomcat
DLC to
bull
adjust your
manual
glide path.
without DLC.
Remember your scans.
Clear the deck.
Ball,
Daddy's coming in
line
hot.
up, angle of attack.
Yeah. Oh, this
Do
is not
not
going to
flare
work.
the aircraft.
Yeah,
and remember
yeah,
to power
let's
up
try
when
and land
touching
it
the
at
deck
this
in
angle.
case you
Can we
miss
do
the
it?
wires and have to bolt her. Well done, pilot. You landed a Tomcat on a carrier. Throttle to idle, raise the hook, flaps up, and sweep the wings.
That was a 3-wire.
You
Nice.
did not give it enough throttle.
Three-wire.
If it's out, you didn't. Turn nose wheel steering on and taxi off to the right. You can consult the in-game knee board
That's
for your approach grade and
hilarious.
statistics.
Hang on, nose wheel steering.
This concludes the tutorial.
up,
You may exit the tutorial
pull
or
to
take
the
off
right.
again for another attempt.
I don't know what the code or command is. I can't remember for telling them, hey, I'm off the deadly zone. Oh, that's hilarious. I can't believe I actually managed to pull that off. DLC were not engaged since your flaps are up. I thought I dropped my flaps down. Did I not? Hang on. No, flaps are down. They're down. Oh, you see, the DLC did. That's weird. Alright, so maybe it was engaged. The reason why is because what I've seen is if I look in my mirror, the moment I engage DLC, you see, here's the problem. I'm sitting too high. If I was a bit lower, or maybe a bit more zoomed in, I could have... no, but I did look at that. Anyway, hey, we landed it. I just want to have a look and see if the jets actually... if the gear didn't explode. Nah. Nah. Completely legit landing, yo. I'm gonna claim that. Oh, this is just the best day ever. Are you kidding me? Super fun. But hey, Cypher, Whisper, I hope that I can fly with you guys. I promise you I'm not always this reckless. It's just like I said, I've got to go. So I would have realistically, done a bolter and just, kept going. But yeah, obviously considering the time, I just had to plug it. And like I did warn them, I was like, clear the deck, I'm coming in hot. So yeah, I guess that's all good. Leading edge slats were down, but trailing edge flaps were up. Interesting. Okay, hang on a minute. Oh shit, yeah, but how's that possible? Sorry for the noise, hang on, let me just drop that down so you don't go deaf. Yeah, that's very strange, because I only have one... You see, there's my... Oh, it was down. Okay. And see, DLC, I don't know why it doesn't want to disengage. It's probably a configuration. But hey, that's okay. We made it work. It seems like you guys will be able to be great people to teach me how to do these things better, because... as I showed, I do a lot of other streams. If I just dedicated myself to DCS, then of course, things would have been, I would have been able to learn a lot of these things a bit better. But hey, that's okay. That is okay. All right, team. Like I said, this has been awesome. The fact that I was able to plug, get mostly fuel, and then obviously crash land on a carrier, it shows that we're getting somewhere. But again, this is something you have to do over and over and over. All those little things that I managed to do this time, if you watch part 1 of my stream, for 3 hours I tried to plug and I just kept doing this and getting nervous. Now I was less nervous and I was much more subconsciously just going up, down, up, down, up, down. Of course, there's moments where you panic. The moment I plugged, I was like, oh, what do I do now? And so... But it's repetition, that's what makes fighter pilots so good. They do it over and over and over. So again, thanks, Cypher. It was awesome having you, man. Appreciate that. And what do you say there? Also, probably jammed the flaps by dropping them at 350 knots. I think that's the problem. What I should be doing is I should be slowing down, coming into that straight where Jester lies and he does a checklist that's a fake WAV sound, and then do it, because I've had this happen multiple times. But then when I do my own mission, I create a little mission where I do it myself. Because I don't have the gates, I'm a bit more relaxed and I'm doing things slower. And so I think you may be right, Cypher. And Whisper says they got jammed. You think you lowered the flaps too high of a speed. Yeah, okay. There we go, team. That is why we need pros on the go. So, yeah, again, just a shout out to everybody. The first time that I've ever been raided live. So, yeah, that's an experience and a half. just obviously, if you want to support me, we're growing this channel, and I would really really appreciate your help. You know, especially on Twitch. The moment we can reach our affiliate level, I can upgrade the quality of my stream. So Twitch is my focus, but obviously, you know, go and check out YouTube. That's where all my uploaded content goes. I've got a lot of videos there, ranging from Hades 2 to Rust to, you know, Assetto Corsa Evo and but I also want to hear from you. So, you know, don't be shy, join my Discord, just say, hey, I think you should play this game, I will check it out, or hey, let's do this. I'm open to it. I'm trying to stream almost every day. I am going to take a few days off here and there, but I'm really keen to hear from you. So like, subscribe, follow, comment, share. If you want to show people how to not land a Tomcat on a carrier, feel free to clip that part. 220 knots is the absolute max speed for flaps. I do 200. Thank you, Cypher. Yeah, I see I'm a bit reckless. And again, if you watch that sort of checklist of what they say you need to do, you're coming in and then you bank and you start doing all these things together, and obviously coming in a bit hot. But obviously, if you want to learn a little bit about me or this channel, just head over to nextleveljj.com. As I showed a few times, got a packed schedule coming up soon. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Said, of course, the Evo is going to be fun. A person who joined my last stream said, hey, why don't we race together? So tomorrow, we will be doing that. So don't be shy, reach out. I want to grow a community. This is not about me. This is about us, the love of games. After that, Clear Obscure, Rocket League, Diablo, and then Monday, a love letter for me to the Honda S2000. Oh, all right, team. Man. This was awesome. Take care. Catch you on the next one. Have a good day. Ciao. Ciao, he says. And then I touched the wrong button on my screen. See you later. Ciao.